to No Fiction Ever podcast. I'm Tay. I'm here with the big homie Sherman, aka Shermanville, aka Chewy, aka Chewy Valentine. Whole bunch of monikers, man. But yeah, we
Yeah,
back at it, man. But yeah,
yeah.
how you feeling today, man?
Bro, I'm good actually, man. I was actually sitting there thinking about that. Like, how was I gonna? Because I knew he was gonna ask me. I was like, man, like, how am I doing? Like, sometimes I gotta sit down and reevaluate. But I'm actually good right now, man. I'm good. I'm good. I'm grateful. Yeah. What about you though?
Oh man, I'm good, man. Yesterday I did the streaming thing and made a couple new followers. I'm at 20 now.
Nice, nice.
And then I was able to do that little chat link thing. Shout to Film Dep, he helped me out. So
Mm.
I got the audio stuff, figured out, you understand? Got rated a couple times. So,
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
seen that. That's
yeah,
dope.
I got rated twice. That was my first raid. So, this weekend been good, man. It's been very eventful, man. I can't
That's what's up.
complain. I cannot complain, man.
That's dope, man. That's good, man. Yeah, I seen that too. The whole rate thing, bro. That was dope. I'm glad you connected with everybody, man. Because it's some dope people, man. I was thinking back, it's like, damn, like I don't know where the hell these people been at my whole life, but I was just grateful, bro. Like some really cool people. It's crazy. A lot of them from Canada, which I don't know if that has something to do with the culture or just how they, what I'm saying? Like not all of them, but there's a lot of them in Canada. I was thinking about that aspect of it too. Like, are they just nicer over there and we're just more supportive? They got less, what I'm saying? America is America, you know what I'm saying? But I was just thinking about kind of their perspective on us and then our perspective with them.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't think about that. I didn't. I know. I think Princess. I know she's from Ontario. So yeah, I didn't know that. But yeah, man. Yeah, it was a lot of support. It was
Yeah.
funny when I got rated. I had the alert. In my headset, and so when it went off, it scared the hell out of me,
Yeah.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
it scared me to death because I was playing Days Gone, so.
Right.
I was already tense with that game anyways, and then the alert just came out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, what the hell is going on? And I had to recalibrate, refocus. Like, oh shit, I'm getting rated. I was like, oh shoot, let me chill for a second.
That's dope.
yeah,
That's
yeah, the
dope.
initial raid, the initial raid, yeah, it scared me. But
Yeah.
yeah, we got it together. And so this was a good streaming weekend. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was
That's
a
what's
real
up.
good streaming weekend. I'm happy I hit 20. I'm happy I hit 20. So we gonna on the ways to go up. So
Yeah.
we getting there. We getting to affiliate, man. We gonna get there.
Oh yeah.
It's a
Oh yeah.
process. It's a
It's going
process. We gonna get there.
it's inevitable, bro. You're gonna hit it. You're gonna hit it. I think that sometimes I initially I got caught up in the numbers, and then it's like as soon as I kind of just like, you know what, like I was intentional about what I was doing, but I wasn't focused on necessarily one aspect of it. And I think growth is gonna come as long as you stay consistent and as long as you just cool with people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just like cool people. And there's plenty on Twitch to kind of just be like, this is garbage, fuck this. But um when you find that one cool person, just cool, what I'm saying, just good to watch, good to talk to, or whatever, treat you respect, bro. It's just like it's hard to not be like supportive or what I'm saying, just at least follow them or be in that corner when they need shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna grow. I imagine it's gonna be probably as far as affiliate go. I'm not good with numbers, but it's gonna be soon, man. I think it's gonna you on your way straight up,
I
straight up.
really, yeah, I really do. I hope so. Like I was saying earlier, like during the stream, like it's not really a goal, but my one of my goals is obviously get better, communicate and stuff like that, and outside of that is upgrading all the specs and stuff.
Yeah.
Get a better mic eventually. Get better lights. All of them are more obtainable goals because the follower thing is it's really not in your control. It's really not in your control, so you really can't have it a go. I mean, it's cool to have it go. I'm not saying not have it as a milestone, but for me, from my perspective, it's like it's not realistic because it's out of your control. You can't force people to follow you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make people to follow you. So it's really gonna happen on its own based on the work that you put in. So like they said, the mic and everything else, all the stuff behind the scenes that you can actually upgrade yourself to actually help your stream out, and to help that'll maybe get your followers up, and just based on who you are as a person too. People gotta
Right.
you know want to come kick you with you and stuff like that. So yeah, the views got up a little bit, and I had the most views I've had in a while. So, and even yesterday when I was streaming, I had like 5 people coming there and chill with me. So when I was doing a little test joint, so yeah, man, I just like how supportive the community is. Everybody want to see everybody succeed, and everybody always quick to shout you out, get your followers up, and everybody's just
Right.
so willing to help, even if you're trying to do some test stuff. You know what I'm saying, I was doing a test joint, the field that was up in there helping me out through the whole thing. So everybody just wants you to see you do good, and it makes you want to support everybody else. So it's
Mhm.
just that's what I like about it, man. There's no egos. That's the biggest thing. Ain't no egos.
Right.
Nobody be ego tripping. Everybody want the same thing. So it's real nice it's a real good community to be a part of.
Hmm. Yeah, you're right. I think another thing is for me is that I was thinking about growth in and of itself, and I was like, man, what's my goal with this at the end of the day? And one thing I kind of realized was I'm not necessarily trying to reach no kind of Twitch's like established parameters of what they think growth is. I think that for me, it became about connectivity, and I when I was able to talk to Princess, or I call her Arthi. It's hard to call her Princess even these days. Arthi and Dip and Tip and just everybody, Gert and everybody. It's like it's kind of hard to specifically be like you're all just a number to me, or y'all just a number of my followers or whatever. Like I've grown to want the best for them, and I think that that's what I really wanted out of this the whole time, which I didn't necessarily know was going to come so fast. But it was like, I think maybe like a month or two after I started, like for real, it became like evident that, people, there are people on here that generally just want to sit here and play games. Not
Mm.
everybody is Ninja. Not everybody's PewDiePie who just want to just blow up or whatever. And not necessarily, not saying that that's all they want to do. But what I'm saying is that when you see those people in there, you hear about gamers when you're outside of the I guess the world, and you hear about people's names and you just think, this person just got all these millions and trillions of views, and they popular based off of this particular thing, and that's all you see. You don't see no one, they're not on the news, or no one's trending, the smaller person who just had a dope stream because he had some cool people in the chat, or they had some cool people in the chat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very grateful just for the opportunity to connect. And I'm still a little hesitant to grow. Like I'm still like like I said, it's inevitable. I'm not necessarily trying to, but it's just happening. But I think that um as things get bigger and bigger, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to be as close to individuals as I want to be. So I was kind of mentally trying to find out where I plan on stopping, or if I was going to stop. Um,
Mm.
and I'm still trying to figure out an answer to that. Is this going to be something I do from now on, or is this something I do for a while? Is there, there's no way to limit how many people follow you, but I'm not necessarily trying to have the whole world watching me play games or whatever. But I think that as I expand, it's going to happen. So, do you have a specific? I don't know. What do you feel about an ending to this? Do you feel like at some point this is going to be over, or what do you think about just a finale of it all?
Well, for me, I'm not really. I don't think about obviously the past, or I don't really think about things or forward. I just stay in the present, and focusing on what's going on right now. And but to answer the initial question, I mean, I can see me doing it, for a long time, especially, when it goes up there, and then eventually, expand outside of, just gaming, and
Mm,
actually doing. That's what I picture for you, because I think is how you are. I could picture that eventually it's going to stray away from gaming. You're just going to just be in there just talking to people, just straight talking. Because some people do that. Some people just go up in there and just talking. That's what
yeah,
Grace should be doing sometimes. Like they just go up in there and just start talking. You might have movie nights and stuff. Like, there's so much stuff that you could do.
right.
You know, I mean, there's so. I mean, we just at the beginning steps of it. I mean, we do in basic areas, just playing games, streaming, us playing games and stuff. But eventually, when you get your followers up and your views up, and you get more comfortable to wanting to express a different side of yourself or whatnot, then you'll start doing other things.
Right. Yeah.
And you might be able to, you might start streaming wherever you at. Like you might be in a car or some shit like that, and you just, stream like that.
Mhm.
Eventually, we gonna get there, but for right now, it's just, just playing games and hopefully, building up a community to where you can, stray away from it because, after a while, seeing people playing games will eventually get old. You're gonna want to kind of expand and, do other things
Mhm.
and stuff like that. And to not have it to just be, I'm just, streaming playing video games. You're gonna want to, do something else. That's why I picture for you, I picture you, doing way more stuff, chatting with people and doing a whole bunch of stuff. And eventually that's what I want too, I don't want to just sit and play games all the time. I just want to get up and just talk. Let's talk about life and, anything.
Yeah.
That's the goal. That's the goal, at least for me.
I feel you. Yeah. So to me, that's perfect because I think that kind of goes into what I wanted to do from the beginning with anything I make is helping people in some way, shape, or form. So if I got something to say that's gonna help somebody, me sitting at the crib with it ain't gonna, what I'm saying, it's not gonna do nothing for them. So I'm grateful to hopefully be that for somebody. And I don't necessarily try to be, but I think that that's kind of just how it's just my nature. It's to help people. It's not like I'm this way, then you ain't. It's like you you do you do it differently than me. There's some people that may watch you when they listen to you before they listen to me. It's not necessarily like uh, uh, I don't know what to call it, but people I think go to who they can relate to, who they feel comfortable with, who they know. And to me, I think that there's part of this all that even just this podcast, the part of it all is just to help people, regardless of what medium you're doing. If it's a podcast, if it's a stream, if it's an album, if it's a doing a music, like video or a movie or a TV show, whatever. I think at the end of the day, if you gaining something from it, and with it also not being just simply education, because sometimes there's a place for it to be like direct and not necessarily with nothing else around it. But there's also a time where we can just do it in the midst of us playing games. You know what I'm saying? My life ain't always this knowledge, wisdom shit. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I'm just sitting there. I'm sitting there playing games, and that's cool. And I think that if that's where the people are, then I have zero problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But I just think I think it's an interesting turn of events because there's a lot of people who would look at this platform or Twitch specifically as something that it's just video games. But like you said, I've seen people on there just talking, and it's like, yo, like that makes it something else to me in my mind. When I've seen people on there exercising, I've seen fitness streams, bro, when people literally put the camera up and start working out. And I see people motherfuckers cooking on here just with a camera in the kitchen, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, like this is like actually like a new way of communication ultimately. It's kind of like how I thought Facebook was a joke. Like, bro, like Facebook, I thought social media as a whole was idiotic. I'm like, bro, if you need me to get a hold of me on my phone, my phone was dried in the bitch. And I was like, yo, like what the fuck going on? But everybody wanted to message me. Everybody was like, no one texted me, no one nothing. But then like people hit me up like, bro, did you get my message on Facebook? I was like, bro, like what? You got my number. Why are you even talking to me? You know what I'm saying? But I realize now that Twitch is just a way for people to communicate ultimately. And yeah, you can pick up the phone, text somebody, or yeah, you can message somebody on Facebook or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like you have to go where they are instead of taking them to where you think they should be. So if that's where people are, and people are always going to need some sort of encouragement or whatever, then I'm always down for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we just got to get down with the times.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of it sucks that that's the way it is now. It's so technology based, and I remember back in the days, you wanted to reach somebody, you gotta either you call them or y'all link up, be in person.
Mm-hmm.
But this technology stuff, and it kind of like it goes both ways. It's a positive, and where there's a positive, there's always is always a negative. But the good thing about Twitch is that it's direct contact. You get direct contact with people,
Yeah.
and that's ultimately that's the good thing.
Yeah.
To be able to reach people right then and there.
Yep.
Even
Yeah.
though that even though in the sense that it kind of keeps everybody kind of like separate and kind of disconnected in the sense, what I'm saying? Because you know we all kind of rely on technology a lot, and to a fault that we were too much.
Yeah.
And it's so easy just to text somebody or anything like that. For me, I was like, I want to be able to have that close conversation as he talk to you, or meet up or something like that. But we got to get with the times, and this is the way it is right now. And
Yeah.
it can work to your benefit, and also it can work to your detriment. But we gonna figure it out.
Speaking of benefit and detriment, man, one thing I've learned that I want to kind of talk about this week was where I was. I think Thursday or Friday. It was Friday, Thursday or Friday. It's kind of both days. Actually, it's been since I turned to affiliate, and I think it's not affiliate's fault. It's not Twitch's fault. It's not the followers' fault. But I kind of put myself in this position to where um, I just put too much on my shoulders. I tend to do that. Period. I got a lot going on. There's a lot of stress of me just trying to get our family out of just any like financial burdens and shit like that we got ourselves into, and it became it became like a superhero kind of thing in my mind, not necessarily intentionally, but when I break it down, it's what it was. It's like I gotta get us out of this. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't, sit around and wait for nobody to do nothing for me. Not saying that's what y'all doing, but I'm just saying I can't sit around and just wait and pray. And I'm always the group chat. Hey, let me get $20. Let me, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no shit for myself. Like I'm sick of this shit. So it's like let me do something. And and that's this podcast, that's the Twitch, and that's other shit I'm working on and do a lot of writing and stuff that is for stuff that's coming out. I got a project by the end of the month I'm trying to get out, but shit like that. So when I hit affiliate, um it was a blessing because there's new features of shit I can do now. I can host people, that which brings more people to if you or whoever I'm hosting. I can I got the emotes that people can use in whatever uh um stream, so they can see people like, oh yo, that's a dope emote, where'd you get that, and they click and see his name or whatever. And it just ultimately to bring visibility not just to me but to the community as a whole. And it had a lot of perks. The problem is there's a lot of shit you got to do to get those on there. I mean, emails ain't just coming out the ground. So I have to either draw or pay someone else to draw my shit, or find some random page like I did with the Golden Girl one. I can crop those, and I can do those pretty easily. But I wanted some
Okay.
original shit, and I was like, how am I going to do this? So instead of me just cropping pictures that I like, I was like, let me draw some out. But I was like, I don't have time. But when I was thinking of this, I didn't have time almost all week. Like I was like, I gotta do this either Thursday, or I gotta do this either Wednesday or Monday after the other podcast I record, or whatever. I don't like doing shit with my daughter when my daughter's around, because I like spending time with her when she's with me. I don't like working and then also being, what I'm saying? Like I don't like that. So I didn't have no time. Stressing me out. And it got to the point where it was like, yo, like everybody else's shit is done and my shit ain't done. And what I'm saying? I was going through my mind of like, how am I going to get this? I can't not do a podcast, or I can't not do a stream, because I gotta, stay consistent. And I think that it became this enemy. It became an enemy. Consistency became an enemy of mine, because it was like, if I could just stop everything and just do what I got to do, I'd be fine. But the growth itself came from being consistent. So it was hard to stop. Like I didn't want to be like, well, I just don't want to be consistent and in a manner of just trying to just make shit better, because that don't make the entirety of things better. And I was like just really going through it, bro. So for the first time, I think since I started streaming that I can remember, I actually didn't stream on the days. And it was really taxing on me, because it was like now what's gonna happen, or what people gonna think, people looking forward to this, and they, I'm not there, and and I just put a lot on my shoulders. And realistically, now that I have some time to get my mental health together and whatever else, I realized that it wasn't life or death. Like, everybody's fine.
Mhm.
But at the time, it was like, man, I really need to I was almost trying to prove to myself that I can do this nonstop. And um it really kind of hit me. So I think um what I've learned, and I guess I say all that negative shit, at the end of the day, what I did pick up from all this and what I've kind of gained now is just realization that not only is not going to be the end of the world if I got to get my shit together, but also I have to outsource as much as I can to other people. And that's not to be lazy. um that is to stay in my lane, because right now I'm writing a lot of stuff, and I'm also doing this, and I'm also doing the streams and all this other shit on top of doctor's appointments for my daughter, or I work a full-time job. Like, I don't even talk about none of that shit. Like, don't even come up. I just, what I'm saying, but there's so much shit I got going on during the week, running her this place, running her that place, or dealing with her mom and all this other shit. And on top of that, and this is when I knew, um, I was really fucked up, because I thought I was fine. When you're in that state, at least when I was in the state, I didn't realize it was an issue. But when some shit that had been going on this entire time, which was the relationship shit, like, I've been wanting to get in a relationship for a while, but I just haven't. I just haven't done it. But that got so big in my mind. It had been going on. Nothing changed. Nothing happened. I wasn't talking to somebody, then it fell apart, or nothing happened. It just became the biggest thing in my head at the time. And I was like, yo, this regular shit is just getting bigger and bigger. And that's how I know I was at the point where I needed to chill for just a second, because I was going to blow up at some point on somebody or something, and then just be like, fuck all this. I'm not doing shit else or whatever. And I didn't want that to end like that. So I ended up taking a few days actually, but one day off of the stream and a couple of days for myself to get my shit together. And I appreciate you checking on me. But I'm good now. I just had to step back and kind of figure out how I was going to move forward, because I was doing too much in a very hectic way. So now I'm able to kind of peel back. I got a couple of things I'm about to start paying some people for instead of doing it myself, which I didn't want to do. One of those being the emotes is a big thing. I was going to draw the emotes myself, like I said, but I was stressed out by how much time I didn't have. But um, I'm actually going to pay somebody to do it for me. As much as I want to do it myself, I just can't, and I have to realize that. And that was really, bro, that was heavy as fuck to me, because like I told you, you remember I was telling you I had emotes from back before I'd even start streaming.
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
remember
yo,
that.
yeah, I was like, yo, like I'm just ready. I was so ready. I was so prepared, and I was so ready to just kind of jump into it. And there's a lot I just kind of had to learn. You know what I'm saying? I had to step back and not. There ain't nothing wrong with doing stuff, but sometimes you have to research first, and you have to kind of realistically sit down and, can I do this right now? Is this something I'm able to do? And right now, I'm going to just stay in my lane with the writing, the podcast, and the stream, and just try to do as much, give people some money to do shit that I need to do as much as I possibly can. So that was a really big thing I learned this week. Pretty huge thing that I think will help me throughout this whole journey.
That's good, man. That's good. You was able to, figure stuff out. You had me worried because some of them tweets that you were tweeting, I was like, oh man, Summer going through it, and I had to kind of, tell you like, hey, you know, pause for a second. I mean, you're doing so much stuff, and I get, your attentions and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's like sometimes you just gotta just chill, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna burn yourself out. You're gonna blow up on, somebody. Or do something to somebody, or you might do something to yourself. Some people do that, And I was like, nah, I don't want, the big brother, because you came too far. You came too far to, be doing that stuff. So I had to, kind of, you know, be the big brother to the big brother. I was like, yeah, I gotta, gotta holler at him, because sometimes you need to, take a mental break.
Yeah.
Everything you're trying to do it's not going nowhere. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be here when you get back. And as far as like Twitch and stuff like that, as long as you, communicate, with people about it, that, what's going on, people gonna understand, you know what I'm saying? Because, we in an age right now where everybody's focusing on mental health and, making sure your mental health is all right. So everybody's gonna understand. And
Yeah.
sometimes you need, yeah, sometimes you just need to, chill for a second. Because the last thing you want to do is to, burn yourself out to the point you don't want to do nothing no more. And, as far as a relationship and stuff like that, your time's coming. Your time gonna come. I know. I mean, your heart's in the right place. I feel you want to, share your life with someone else, and you know, there's a time and there's a place for it, and it might not be your time yet because there's probably still more things you got to work on. You know, what I'm saying that you may not see, but until you really go deep within yourself to figure out, your time's gonna come, because I know you got a lot of love to give and everything like that. And like I said, like I think like one of the replies is like when it's your time, you know, they gonna send you a queen. You gonna get there. It's not like you're gonna be, lonely forever. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just gotta focus on yourself. You gotta love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you ain't gonna be able to love no one else. And for me, it's like you get what you put out. So it's like however you are, within as a person, you're gonna get that same, you're gonna get that same energy back. So if you kind of like going through it within, even though it's not like you're not showing it, you're gonna get that same energy. So if you like in the funk all the time, to yourself, you're gonna get that same person. So it's like just focus on yourself, and when it's time, the queen's gonna come, and you're gonna be happy because you deserve to have, you deserve to be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that's something that you've been wanting for a while, and I want it too. I want you to be at your happiest. Because we family. So
Right.
you gonna get there. It's gonna take time, but yeah, you gonna get there. Trust.
Yeah, you're right. I to me, I think that I get too caught up in what's wrong with me kind of stuff, and that's what it kind of boils down to. But then what you said about loving yourself is something that I think that is something I'm aware of the concept, and I still work through that, but it's kind of new to me because it's only been since we started quarantining where I actually kind of focused on that aspect of it. Like people talked about it, but I didn't really do it. And I kind of like mentally learned about it and kind of got intellectually familiar with that concept. But I didn't really start doing it for real until we got locked up. And that's what kind of brought me out of the dark spot that I was in that I didn't know I was in. So I think that to me, I'm learning how to not, and this is why I had said the little stuff that I know wasn't going to be fixed got big because I knew in my at least I believe that I got stuff I need to work on that I would like to work on. I have handled before something like that comes, a relationship comes. But for some reason, when everything was just piling up, and then sometimes at least me, like when stuff piles up on me, I don't always feel like I got somebody in my corner. Like I know I can read. Everyone says, reach out to me if you need something or what if you want to talk, whatever. Like that's not nothing new to me, but there is an aspect of it that's not the easiest to do. And I've tried it before. It's not like I've never done it. Some people just say that because they emotionally happy at the time or they want to feel good about themselves. So they like, yo, like, if you want to talk to me or whatever, like, okay. And I've tried it before and people don't answer the phone or they do answer the phone, they act like they got a problem. And it's like, you know what? So that's where it kind of started the whole let me just do everything myself kind of thing. Um, but I think that I understood the relationship's going to take some time, and I don't necessarily want to rush it because I've done that before and fucked everything up. So now I'm at the point where it's like I almost don't want nothing because I don't want to um jeopardize the happiness of the growth I'm doing it. So that's when it was like when I blew up kind of in my mind, and I am done right now. Like what I tweeted wasn't a lie. I just didn't. I could have probably worded it better, but ultimately, what I was saying was I'm just kind of just done like looking for it. If it happens, it happens. But right now, I'm just trying to work move forward, and that's what you kind of was saying back to me. But in the reply was Um, and that was kind of almost more of a release than anything else, because it was like I was trying to mentally work on myself, and the evidence of that being done or being in a good place was someone finding me interesting, or finding me wanting to be with me or whatever. The problem is that I always kind of had that in the back of my mind. So then it was like, um, it was just kind of, I was kind of tricking myself into working towards that, when I would have said that's not what I was doing if someone asked me. But now I kind of was like, literally the day I tweeted that, I was like, you know what, it's just exhausting. It's exhausting, like working towards that. Because who knows what kind of expectations somebody's random daughter about to have, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to work. I got shit to do. And actually it's smarter for me to do it now, because I'll have a lot more time now than what I do in a relationship. So it's silly
Right.
for me to have all this shit planned, and then also want to bring someone else in who, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, yeah, we can go together, but I can't do shit on Sunday nights. I can't do shit on Monday nights. I'm busy Tuesday. I'm busy Thursday. I'm busy Friday. It's like, yo, like this is gonna turn into some. I mean, I'm not trying to schedule in no relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like we got Wednesday night, and you better hope I'm not streaming extra that day, because that's all you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of shit's like, it's dumb. So right now, I'm just trying to work and get some shit out and get some shit rolling, and then once that kind of goes, then who knows? But I'm not even trying to plan out like what's gonna happen after I'm done with all that. I'm just trying to work and then do what I got to do on my end to better myself, and then when it happens, it happens. And I feel free now, because I'm not necessarily trying to. You said you can't love nobody else until you love yourself, and now I'm just trying to make sure I'm loving myself in the right way, because I know I was doing that before and I aimed for that. Like I said, it's not new, but it definitely was something I'm trying to figure out how to do right, because I understand that it needs to be done, but a lot of people don't know what to say exactly on how to actually do it. And I think that's it's different for everybody, so it's kind of hard to pin down. But there is some lessons I think that I need to learn within myself, and things that I need to do within myself that show me that I'm caring about myself, and that's
Right.
not something somebody else can teach me. So I'm still trying to figure out what that is in the first place, and that's what's kind of the next kind of set of lessons I need to kind of hone in on.
Yeah, you're gonna figure it out. I mean, it's a process.
Yeah.
You're gonna figure it out. I'm happy that you got, you recalibrated, and you got all your things together. And like I said, when the time comes, it's gonna come. It's just hearing you talking, like based on your schedule. It's like, wow, like, because just imagine if you actually got into a relationship with that schedule. It wouldn't. It's like I'm telling you, it wouldn't work out. Like
Right.
it wouldn't have worked out, because where's gonna be the time? Where your time gonna be with the relationship?
Exactly.
Because you're trying to
Exactly.
get, you trying to get all these things done. I actually think, like, once you get all your stuff established, I think that's gonna be the time. I think that's obviously going, going to be the time, because you establish, you got everything set, and then it's like, okay, he ready now.
Hmm.
Go sit her down to him,
Right.
and yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. And then yeah, it's a process, man. Like it really is, and I'm happy that you most definitely. I'm very very happy that you back,
Yeah.
mentally, you
Yeah.
back mentally, and
Yeah.
and you can get back to handling business and stuff like that, because he was off a little bit, which is, we all go through it. We human, we all go through. We have our moments where it's like, man, you get in your own head,
Hmm.
and then you start
Yeah.
overwhelming yourself. It's like, man, I got all this going on, I got all this going on. It's like, man, but I want to do this, I want to accomplish this, but there's like, man, I want that. And it's like, yeah, you'll burn yourself out. And I think that's where you was at for that
Yeah.
period of time. You was burnt out. You was mentally burnt out.
Yeah.
And it was good you was able to kind of recognize it, and just vent, and release whatever you need to release, even though it was, even if it's on, Twitter, is where you release your stuff at, is where you release it. And I'm very happy that you was able to bounce back, because you could have just kept going down,
Oh,
and
bro. Yeah.
yeah, you could have
Yeah.
easily, I mean,
Yeah.
depression's a mug, man. Like
Yeah.
once you get into that hole of depression, is very hard to get out from it. And some people don't make it. And
Yes.
I'm happy that I'm very happy that you made it. I mean, you was right. You was right by the. You was right at the inches of the hole, but you was kind of in and out. You wasn't all the way down there. But I'm glad. I'm glad that you was able to bounce back because we don't we once you get in that once you get in that mental state, it's very hard to get out of, and that just slows everything down. And
Yeah.
you got too much stuff that you want to accomplish. The Twitch stuff and everything else. You're making a lot of new friends. You're getting to know a lot of new people. So you got a lot of stuff going up, and we don't need you going down. So I'm very happy for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I think that everything you said is true, and I think that a lot of people don't really. They think that people on we get used to people on TV being characters or being like this figure, and to me, I think, and although I'm only got 50, 60 followers, there's still, if you don't catch it this early or at least early enough, it can, like you said, it can definitely spiral to some other shit. Now imagine if something happened to where I had fucking 1 million followers or some shit. And then I'm like, yo, I'm going through all this shit relation. And then and then it becomes people in your circle. You can't, if it happens too quick and you don't do it the right way, people in your circle, it's kind of hard to determine who is for real with you and who's trying to gain something from you. So then you got to sit there and play that game. So then everybody who's saying, oh yeah, you all right, come talk to me if you need me, and I'm here for you, on those shit, don't even register, because who knows who's being for real, who ain't. And then I put some shit on Twitter about trying to be a relationship, and I find some random online, or I'll be with you, whatever. And then my emotional shit kicks in, like, okay, well, let's try this shit out. When I know damn good well it's probably not right, but they just trying to get in while things, going up and shit like that. And I think that um there's a lot of people who I've seen make mistakes, like a lot of celebrities who make mistakes and do some shit. Now, mind you, I'm not no celebrity. I'm not trying to sound like that, but it's silly to not think that that's not possible for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone who is in that space started off being a regular individual that no one knew, and then they did something, or they had a talent or whatever the case may be, and they blew up. And I think anybody's first videos that they put out or whatever was kind of maybe sounding like this, or if they evaluated. Man, so I'm not trying to sound like I'm some super whatever, but I think that, to me, it's just kind of silly to not think that that's not either going to come or could come in my life. But I also don't want to make this about me. I know that you got your struggles too, and I don't want this to be like I'm saying shit, and then you saying, oh yeah, I'm glad you this and that, which I'm grateful for. But I want you to also maybe tell them from your perspective, because you got what I'm trying to get, which is a marriage, a family, and a house, all this shit. You even got the PC I'm trying to get. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you already said, like, what is it? What could possibly kind of go wrong with you, as far as, or what aspects if you had to deal with to try to get to the other side when it came to just being anybody who's like on influential, which is on a screen doing your shit on Twitch. I'm curious as to what you've had to work through so far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in dark places too. I mean, I've been I've been mentally burnt out. It's because for me, I've made God, I've made so many mistakes and bad choices. Especially with marriage and being with Ash, and then being a father. Sometimes I felt like early on I wasn't the best father, and a lot of times I'm being in my own head a lot. And like I was saying, like on our previous podcast, I'm feeling like I'm trying to make up a lot of lost time, and that's the stuff that I be dealing with, like, on a day-to-day basis, because it's like, I wasn't there for my kids, like I should have. I was here. I ain't saying like, oh, I'm out in the streets or anything like that. I was there, but it's like you're not there. Like, I'm in my own little world. I'm doing my own thing. Like, I'm playing, video games, and just doing the stuff that that I want to do. And because of that, as she, felt like I wasn't there for her, and then made her step out the relationship and on multiple occasions and had to deal with that. And then I've done it too. So it's just like, and I always felt like because of her making that choice, it was my fault because I should have been doing what she didn't want to do that stuff. But women they got their needs and stuff like that. And if they're not getting it from the man that they want to get it from, they're gonna get it somewhere else. And yeah, she felt like she had to do that, and me feeling like it's my fault. I felt like, well, I gotta make up all that lost time because all them times where she felt lonely and I wasn't there, and even when Kai was being born, like I was ready in that process. Like when she was carrying, and I was ready, and then it's like as soon as she was born, I was like, shit hit me like a ton of bricks. Like father, it hit me, and I was like,
Man.
it hit me, and I was like, oh shit, I don't think I'm ready for this.
Mhm.
And I made my choices based on that observation, and they weren't good. I did. I just got into my own little hole, and I was just doing my own thing. And I got better when Amari was born. I got a little bit better. And just for me, my constant battles is I'm just feeling like I'm just making up for a lot of lost time, and me feeling that way, I got into a little depression. You know what I'm saying? Because me and Ash, we've been close. I mean, we've been through it all. I was like, you name it, we've been through it. I mean, we've been broken up, separated, near divorce like 3 or 4 times. I mean, marriage is hard. It can't. It's for me. It's like even with that, me saying that, it's like I feel like I make it hard because sometimes I just you get stuck in your ways. You get stuck in the way you do things, and even if it's a negative way, you just get stuck in it. And sometimes it's kind of it could be hard. It could be hard to kind of break from that. And for me, I'm getting better now. I'm nowhere where I want to be. Like I feel like I can do so much better. I'm very grateful and thankful that she's stuck with me. That's the main thing, is that she stuck with me, because she could let me ass a long ass time ago. I mean, many, many years ago. I'm talking about many, many years ago. And I'm happy that she stuck with me, and for that, I'm getting my shit together. Because if I lose her, I don't know where I'm gonna be. You
Mhm.
know, I don't know where I'm gonna be. I feel like I'll be all right, but mentally, I'm gonna be going through it. And so, for her and for the kids, I'm just getting my stuff together, put my priorities where they need to be, which is my family. I used to make my priorities about me, but now I just switched it up. Now I'm making it about them, and now I'm not doing all the stupid stuff I used to do. Not holding jobs because I just didn't want to work. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, uh, just make up for lost time, even though I can't, take back all the junk I did. But just for me, it's a constant thing. It's like, man, I gotta, the kids are grown, and I don't want my thing is I don't want my kids to hate me. I don't want my kids to look back at me. It's like, yeah, my dad was lousy. He didn't love us. He didn't care for us. He didn't do the things that he didn't love us like moms did. Even though moms is, their love is way, deeper than obviously a father's love. But I just don't want them to, hate me. That'd be like the worst thing. So my kids to grow up or grow up in their adulthood and be like, my dad was a piece of shit. Even though he was around and stuff like that, he wasn't around like that. And I don't want that to be my legacy that I believe behind. Is like, yeah, Vontae, he was a cool person, but he wasn't a good father. He wasn't a good husband. And
Mhm.
so I'll be dealing with that a lot. I try not to think about it because, yeah, obviously you can't take back all the stuff you did in the past. You just got to focus on the present, and that's what I'll be trying to do. But you know, I be thinking about the past stuff too sometimes, and it's hard. It's hard not to think about all that stuff
Yeah.
because of the damage that it caused.
Mhm.
And because you being selfish, me and myself, and it's a process, but I'm getting through it. It ain't broken because it could have easily broke me, and I could just be like, fuck it, and you just be doing dumb stuff. But they look up to me, and I got they look up to me, and as she looks for me to help out and just do what I'm supposed to do. Just be a father and be a good husband. And if I do all that stuff, happy wife, happy life. So we we gonna make it. We getting there. And I'm like I said earlier, I'm just very happy that she's been able to stick with me. That's the most important thing. Because without her, I'd be fucking lost. So
That's real, bro.
yeah.
That's real. And I think that, man, that so you said a lot that made me think of like just the benefits of like family and shit like that, and have somebody just be with you, supporting you and shit. And I think a lot of people, and I include myself, I think I kind of got too far into what I thought I needed to do to help everything. And what you said kind of, I'm not in the same exact situation, but there's a lot of correlations. And I think that, well, you first off, you recognize that you um ultimately in your mind don't have options like that, what seems huge, because a lot of people leave because they feel like, well, I'm gonna just leave this one and go over here, or I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And that's a lot of shit. And I know from just our experiences that in our personal lives that we didn't really have the best examples of what to do when things got hard. And I think that is for you to have to figure that out is unfortunate, but I think the lessons you kind of gain yourself, especially when it's harder ones, when you talk about not being there, or shit like that. I think that some lessons are it's hard to say that you glad that certain things happen because you wish they didn't, but it's more so appropriate to say that you're glad that you gain certain things from certain things. And I
Oh yeah,
think
of
that,
course.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I feel like that is what is more probably the best thing or best way to kind of frame that is it's I'm not glad that this happened. Same thing with my divorce or whatever. Like I'm it's horrible that it happened. I wish it didn't. But I think that there's some shaping that it did that I don't think nothing else would have if I wasn't in that position. And at the end of the day, I came through the fire, and yeah, it hurt, it burned, and it sucks. But then on the other end of it, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't. The issue with this, and kind of bring it full circle for just the podcast itself, is that people don't realize that this shit that you see in the news and all the scandals and motherfuckers getting caught doing this and doing that is a result of this kind of shit not taking place. And I'm just grateful for that. And I'm grateful for you too, that we're able to go through this at such an early stage in the growth. And we're not up there, famous and, being really, what I'm saying, having to focus on productivity or something that we're, in charge of or known for, while still trying to deal with this, because it's easy to ignore those kinds of things when you always got to be somewhere and you always got to do something. And it's always like, where you at? Or where's this thing at? What's this next thing? So I'm grateful, although, sometimes it does get frustrating not having what I need right away, just financially and shit like that. I'm very grateful to have taken the stairs than to shop the fucking elevator and then have to come right back down because I didn't fuck some shit up and fuck my life up, fuck my kids up, bro. Like you
Mm-hmm.
was talking about when you were saying that shit about your kids, not your kids, saying they don't like you and you piece of shit on that, bro. I've seen a lot of celebrity kids, bro. And I've seen I watch a lot of interviews, and sometimes I watch to kind of get perspectives on individuals and trying to get a bird's eye view on that lifestyle. And there's some kids who don't like they parents, bro. There's a lot of stories I can tell. And I know it sounds kind of a very specific thing that I looked into. It kind of was, but I'm just curious. Because of my daughter, and what I'm saying, I just was like, okay, this is a legacy. I look up Paris Hilton and the Kardashians sometimes, and then Marlo Brando's kids, for y'all who know him, and Michael Jackson's kids, uh Bruce Willis kids is another one I kind of stumbled upon. Shit like that. I know it sounds kind of random, but I very specifically kind of try to find out, just kind of what people think. And a lot of times, I'm not saying all those kids hate their parents. That's not even true, but there's a lot of strains I think were caused based on certain things not being dealt with. And I don't want that to be the story my daughter has to deal with. So as much as it hurts, as much as it does take a really, really, really long, painful time, getting on the other end of something like that is probably the most beneficial thing you can do for your life. And the better that you are as a core individual, the better everything else you can be. You can be a better husband now because you're a better individual. You can be a better father now. You can be a better teacher or whatever. You can be a better employee. You can say you could be better at Twitch because you're not sitting there focused on all this other shit. And people um I think disregard too much the work or the benefits of the work that it takes to internally deal with yourself. They just want to go do and go get. And you can go get money. You can go real fast and go get that bread. But when you get it and you're not where you need to be, you're gonna fuck around and do some shit because that money is just gonna inflate. Then you're gonna feel like can't nothing stop you. And
Right.
now, you know what I'm saying? Now you're in this world where I can go buy anything and go do anything. People love me. And bro, that's my biggest fear, bro, is to be addicted or be, strung out or some shit because I didn't did some shit too fast. I didn't have this handled, that handled, bro. That's the really, I don't like saying fear, but if I was gonna be scared of anything, it'll be that like making it and then blowing it all up because I fucked up some shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard, but we working like you said, we working. We gonna be all right.
So you're worried. So it sounds like you're worried about when you do get, famous. You just don't want it to, you know, mess up. You don't want to, blow up in a bad way because
Right,
you wasn't, let's say, where you was really supposed to be by the time you got there.
right.
Is it?
Mentally,
Which, yeah,
yeah,
mentally.
yeah,
Yeah,
one hundred
yeah, that
percent.
makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because now you don't. You want to make sure if you do get to a top spot where a lot of people are influenced by you and look up to you. You want to make sure that you are the best you can be. I mean, we're not perfect,
Right,
and we're
yeah,
always we're all still going to go through our go through our stuff. But you want to make sure that obviously you are you know like I said the best that you could be.
right,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the whole point of just doing doing this podcast and stuff like that. Just let people know that we ain't perfect.
hmm
We all trying to you know fix all the things that we need to be fixed. But the most important thing is to be able to acknowledge it and open up about it instead of keeping it bottled up inside. Because a lot of people, including myself, and I'm pretty sure you, just we keep it pushing. That's
hmm
what the Mason family is notorious for in a bad way, is that we just we keep everything to ourselves and we don't talk to each other like we need to. And that's something that obviously I want to change overall for the family, because you need to communicate.
yeah,
Communicate, and you need to communicate. That's the most important thing. Just not in the relationships, just in life, and even with family. We all here to help each other and support each other, and you can't help but support somebody if they don't say anything.
hmm
And the last thing you want to do is get into a position where a lot of people are looking up to you and you're not there. You're not there mentally, because some people are going to see through all that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So that's the last thing that I want for both of us. So it's a good thing that things are going a little slow, because
hmm
that means we got a lot of time to not only figure ourselves out, but figure everything, our endeavors out.
sure, yeah,
That's because the last thing you want to do is, let's say you get to like 1 million you know followers or whatever, subscribers or whatnot, and then you still in a mental rut. Nobody's going. I mean, people will be supportive and understanding, but you got some of them people that's like, man, they ain't trying to hear all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
yeah, you just don't want to be in that position to where you know it goes around like that, because you can fall off. You can fall off very quick
yes,
because you'd be burnt. Like going back to the burnt out thing, because you'd be burnt out. You
hmm
know. So the most important thing is to, get your stuff and yourself together.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people ignore that step because they just want to go get the shit. And I know, bro, you want to talk about
It's hard not
struggle.
to. It's hard not
Yes,
to.
bro, it's so hard because especially when you got the steps and you theoretically just need to go out and do the work to get the money or get the, whatever you trying to get. It's hard because you have to be patient. And
Mm.
in the midst of that patience, you sitting there broke. Or I'm saying, you ain't got no money, you ain't got no nothing because you just are just in that spot that's just kind of the hand you got dealt. And I've been in that place before. I kind of am now. It's where I ain't got shit, but I can go out and get shit if I was being malicious or I was hurting myself or hurting other people. But I think that you was talking about how people can see through it. What's scary is sometimes when they can't and they still relying on you. And it's like, shit, I gotta be that person for, this many people, and my shit's fucked up. I can't let them know my shit's fucked up. So now I got to put on this facade, and whatever. And I think that can be where it's damaging because you ain't got time to step out and be like, I'm doing this. But like you said, you bring up a really good point. There's a lot of people who are online, especially right now in this time that we're in. A lot of people are talking about and focusing on mental health. And I think that I'm grateful that it's getting as much exposure as it is because a lot of people it was like taboo to talk about in public. A lot of people wouldn't talk about depression or anxiety or shit like that. It just no one was discussing it. But now I'm grateful that it's a little bit more easier to communicate because a lot of that shit's going on in people's lives and we don't know it. We don't know what everyone. I got told once or I heard someone say or some shit that everyone has a battle they fighting. So, what I'm saying? That's part of the reason why I treat everybody with respect because you don't know what everybody's dealing with just because they may be smiling. That don't mean they not going through anything. I used to smile a lot when I was in my bullshit because it felt good. When I was dealing with addictions, all those other shit, like, yeah, I was smiling. I was doing what I wanted to do. But when I was staying away from it, I wasn't smiling and I wasn't so happy. So then people was like, then motherfuckers come up to you, oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? It's like, yo, like nothing now. Like I didn't work through this shit and now I'm trying to stay away from the bullshit I was in. Like, I'm good now. And it's so backwards because the smile is for some reason an indication that everything's okay, which I'm not saying that everybody who's smiling is hiding it, hiding some bullshit. But all I'm saying is that it's still okay to check on people who seem happy or seem like they got everything together. It's still cool to, hit them on the low on DM or send them a text or call them and just be like, yo, you good? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just want to check on you, whatever. Like, even got to be I'm worried about you. I'm concerned. I'm praying for you, all that kind of shit. Like, it's just hit somebody up. Yo, I hope you have a good day today. Hope you're doing good. You know what I'm saying? Even got to be because you've seen them or whatever. Just hit people up. Yo, I hope you have a good day today. I hope you're doing good or hope things work out for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let somebody know you're thinking about them. That kind of shit in and of itself, even if they was going through something, knowing that someone's thinking about them and send them a specific message for them, not no blast out shit that you send to everybody, but send somebody a specific shit. Like that's healing, bro. And like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that I'm kind of guilty for staying to myself, but I know that I'm doing better with that because a lot of people are reaching out to me and just like talking to me and shit like that. And I know it's not. I know it's because I'm doing it. So it's the what goes around comes around kind of thing. So I'm grateful for the community that we in, the few people I do still talk to. Um, I just think that we gotta remember that mental health isn't always this blatant like depression sitting in the corner, cloud over your head, raining on you. Like sometimes I gotta make it seem like everything's okay, kind of shit. And sometimes it's very deceiving. And even when I was in my shit, I didn't necessarily know I was feeling what I was feeling because I was working. I was like just constantly doing shit, and which is a good tactic when you're not trying to be on like Pornhub or when you're not trying to eat some stupid shit you ain't supposed to be eating. Like it's good to stay busy. Like that's good in that aspect. But what you can't do is
just run
think
away
that's
from
going to take. Yeah, because you guys still deal with the shit. Like you know what I'm saying. So I'm still trying to find that balance. because what you're gonna do is work, and then you're gonna get stressed. You're gonna get stressed. You're gonna get tired. You're gonna get anxiety, and then you're gonna try to run back to what you was trying to get away from in the first place, because you feel all these
Yeah.
emotions. And so, of course, work and do what you gotta do. Don't be lazy. You know, do what you gotta do. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. But then also handle the shit that you got to handle, because running away from it, no matter how you run, doesn't fix the problem.
Yep, you're right, man. You know, I mean, because it's easy. Like I say, it's easy to, keep yourself busy. You know, to try to run away from whatever problems, whether it's porn or everything like that. I mean, been through the same goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's easy to dive into that world and be stuck into that world and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But at some point, you got to deal with it. You got to deal with whatever problem that you're going through. What's most important is to recognize the problem and then and just deal with it immediately. Regardless of how long it's going to take or anything like that. You got to deal with it because you can keep yourself busy and you can keep yourself preoccupied and stuff like that, which is cool to keep you away from addiction, but you still got to deal with it,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not going anywhere.
Right.
Because if you keep yourself preoccupied to keep away from addiction or anything like that, you gonna burn yourself out, and then it's gonna, like you said, it's gonna make you go back to it, and then when you do that, what do you accomplish?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't accomplished nothing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, you ain't accomplished anything. Yeah, you got stuff done, but you ain't really put the real work in,
Right.
which is with yourself, and that's the most important thing. And so it's like with anyone who's listening to this, like if you got any issue, regardless of what it is, deal with it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Straight up.
it's hard. Some things are very hard to deal with, and the easiest thing is trying not to deal with it. I've been there. And still, I mean, like I said, we all fight stuff still. So, but you got to deal with it, because at the end of the day, it's not going to go anywhere. It's still going to be there. Tomorrow, a year from now, months from now, it's still going to be there. You just gotta deal with it regardless of how emotionally draining it might be based on the situation. But you got to be able to move forward from that stuff, and the only way to move forward from it is to deal with it. And that's the most important thing, because you don't want to go back to your vices and stuff like that, because
Right. Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
still going to be you're still going to be a detriment to yourself and the people who are around you. And trust me, it sucks. Like when you doing the dumb stuff that you ain't supposed to be doing, and then you seeing the pain that it causes.
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst feeling you could possibly have, man. Like, it's like, I've been there. It's the worst thing, and it makes you feel even shittier, which makes you want to still go back to that, knowing that it's wrong. And it's
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
it's it's, it's never ending. But
Yeah.
we all everybody's strong enough to be able to kind of deal with whatever problems. We all got the inner strength. For some people it's hard to recognize that, but we all have that strength to overcome anything. You just got to believe that you can. You got to believe. That's the most important thing. You got to have faith in yourself and have faith in the process. The process, because sometimes the process is the best thing, is just getting to the end goal. Like, yeah, you want to stop being on Pornhub? Okay, let's go through the process. And it's gonna suck, but you're gonna appreciate it later on once you off of it.
Yeah.
And when and that just goes for anything. You'll appreciate it more, and you'll give yourself a big pat on the back, because you know that, yeah, if I can get through this, I can get through any goddamn thing.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's real. And I think that a lot of people want to they want to try to take shortcuts and circumvent the process. But like you
yeah,
said, you gotta trust the process. And then yes, it sucks. And I it's so, I used to hear those words and it used to piss me off, because people used to think that was this. I used to think that, oh wow, people think that's the solution to it all. Uh it's not that, what I'm saying, I can't trust it. It's just I don't know how to start it to even trust it. But that's cap. You know exactly what to do. And I was,
right,
I was listening to a podcast the other day about they was talking about something else, but they bring up weight loss, and it's like saying you don't know how to lose weight. Like, everybody knows how to lose weight. like 100%. It's exercise and eat right. But motherfuckers trying to pretend like they don't know what the fuck that is when they want to go eat wherever the fuck they want to eat or do whatever they want to do. And I'm trust me, I'm working on that myself personally. But it's like you try to pretend like you don't know, but you're not trusting the process. You still have to exercise. You still have to eat right. Like you trying to think of something else or try to pretend that that's not going to work for you in particular because you are some special case. It's not true. It's just it's cap, and it's just keeping you in that cycle of always wanting something else. And then when you find something else and somebody comes to you with some logic, then you try to pretend that's not logical and try, well, that's not going to, and then you try to just come up with excuses for every single thing somebody trying to help you with. And it's just dumb. So that's what I learned from the whole trust the process thing. Because I've heard that before and I was like, what the fuck is that? But then I finally gained it. It's like, yo, like quit trying to make things so complicated and do what you know you're supposed to do so you can get to the other side of something. And yeah, bro, like I know it's easy. Like I'm just the words, those are an addict's probably most probably said words is when you hear somebody say that to you, trust the process. But there's a reason why everybody's saying it. It's not a lie. You really have to,
Yeah.
you have to do it. It's eventually you have to trust that process. And yeah, it's always the hardest at the beginning. But
Yeah.
once you do it and you keep going and you keep moving forward, then eventually you become one of those people who haven't done this or done that and however long. But it's also a journey. It's not necessarily about I'm going to make this decision and believe these things and then not ever deal with this ever again. It's like, and I learned that too. That was another hard lesson because I'm so used to doing things, executing and following rules just based on my background, just following the rules. If you do this, you do that, then this has happened. A plus B equals C. But sometimes when it becomes, an addiction journey, just like a lot of things that people refer to as journey, weight loss journey, fucking hair journey. I heard people talk about hair journeys or career journeys or whatever journey, this journey, that. It's not always a straight line. There's always conflict. It's just like any movie you watch or any TV show where something goes on. It's not just everything's perfect and then the show ends or whatever. It's like sometimes some shit happens, some shit takes place, and you have to learn how to. It goes back to what you were saying about loving yourself. Is you have to be in a loving place with yourself when those times happen, so you don't beat yourself up and cause more damage, and then go back to what you're dealing with because you're trying to feel better from hurting yourself, and then start the cycle all over again. And that's the tricky part. So once you get past, you have to love yourself beyond just wanting to stop doing something. You have to love yourself enough to take care of yourself, and that be the reason why you don't want to do those things, not just necessarily trying to stop certain aspects of your life, trying to shift certain behaviors and stuff like that, because that's a little bit harder than, I mean, you may be able to grit your teeth and just go through the behavior and complete the actions, but if you until you actually deal with that thing, you get to the root of whatever the fuck that is, you're always going to have some sort of something you dealing with, and I don't think anybody wants to necessarily be in that spot on purpose. So
Yeah, man, you're right. Yeah, sometimes, sometimes the journey is the most intriguing part. And, even within a journey, there's always a lesson.
yeah,
There's always a lesson within within a journey. Yeah, it's just so easy just to kind of like, not want to deal with things. Just go back to whatever rut you was in. But, what's good is that doing? It's to the point now, man. It's just like being unhappy is just getting is old. Like you should want more for yourself. And that's the thing, like, as far as like loving yourself, you gotta kind of you just want the best for yourself.
mm,
That's the most important thing. Everybody should want the best for themselves and obviously for themselves, for their families and whoever. But the most important thing is yourself. And if you don't got yourself right, nothing else is really going to, be right. I mean, yeah, we all can, put on all these, you know, masks and different hats and everything like that. But until you deal with your stuff, man, it's not nothing's gonna change, and no one likes a person who procrastinates, saying like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then don't, and then they're just too afraid to put the work in because
mm-hmm.
they don't trust the process.
Right.
It's easy not to trust the process. I was the same with the mother. It's like I know what to do. It's just like, damn, man, I gotta go through that. I gotta go through the process, and that is unappealing. Sometimes you just got to do it, man. Like, especially if you're seeing the damage is caused, you just got to, grit your teeth and just like, all right, man, let me just do it. And then once see the changes before, the big change happens, sometimes that's just seeing the little things change is really the most, best things. Obviously you want to see the ultimate goal, the ultimate change. Sometimes it's seeing those little things. For me, it was just fatherhood, just me doing more stuff with, my kids and everything like that. Just seeing them smile, you know what I'm saying? Seeing them just happy and they actually being excited to play with me and stuff like that. And I'm like, wow, they actually really want to, play with me and stuff like that. And just seeing those little things and just understand like, wow, just me just, being involved, it goes, it means so much, to your kids and everything like
Mm.
that. And just even with just marriage and just being involved instead of just being like this ghost that's in the house, just being involved, like it just goes so far. Like you just is and it's me seeing that just kind of like, okay, I'm seeing the progress now. I really want to, change and really want to, keep this up and stuff like that. So it goes into a multi layer of stuff, man. It just ain't just about yourself because at the end of the day, if you got a family, you got to make sure they, they straight too. And but if you're not straight, then no one else is gonna be straight. But the journey is usually obviously sometimes it's the not so appealing thing. But
Yeah.
if you want change, you just gotta do it, man. You gotta keep it pushing and just trust it.
Yeah. And man, like you ain't lying, bro. Change, I think, man, you hit it on the head, bro. I'm not even gonna say nothing else. That's just perfect. That's perfect, man. For real. That's for real. If you want change, you gotta do it. You gotta do that shit. And it's hard. Sometimes I'll be wishing there's other truths, man, but there's not.
You gotta do it, man. If you want it done, you gotta do it, man.
Yeah.
No one. I mean, it's so. I think for a lot of people, they just like they wish for someone else to fix their problems. They would, but sometimes you got no choice but to do it your damn self.
Hmm.
Because if you don't do it, no one else is gonna do it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But the main thing is you gotta want to change. And if you
Yeah.
don't want to change, then yeah, ain't shit gonna change. But if you want to change, for me, I got a lot of people that look up to me and stuff like that. And I got kids, I got wife, I got the parent, my moms, my pops, and everything like that. Everybody looks at me, and if I'm going through it, everything fucked up. So it's like I got to make sure that I'm on point, and and it's something that I want to do. I want to be good, and I want to do right, and so I'm making them necessary things. Like before, like I used to play games all the time. Like it got to the point where Ash was thinking, it looked like I was addicted to it, but in a sense, I kind of was because I would use that me playing games as a way to escape because it's a whole different world, and so that was my vice, and I recognized it, obviously years later, and the only time I play games is when I stream. So, and other than that, when I'm not streaming, I'm upstairs, with the family, doing whatever, playing with the kids, watching movies and stuff like that. I like to watch movies. So, you know, that's what I'm doing now. I'm recognizing the error, my ways, and what was detrimental to my family and stuff. And one of them was me playing games because I used to play games a lot. And I used to be down here for multiple hours because it was when I was stressed, come down and play a game. I was mad, come down and play a game. There was a game for however I was feeling at the time. There was a game for me to play. And so this is my way of getting away from anything. And when I'm done with it, problems are still there. The problems are still there. So
Mm-hmm.
I recognized it and just, dealt with it and it sucked for a while not being able to play games like that because it was something that I've been playing games since many years, bro.
Bro, that's all
So
we
it's like,
did.
yeah, that's all we did. So we stopped doing that. That's for me personally is a big change,
Yeah.
and I'm happy about it. So it's not like something. It's not something that like, oh, I wish I can play games more. It's like, no, I don't need the games, man. Like I could get rid of all these consoles and be straight. That's where I'm at now with it.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
which surprised me at times because I was like where I used to be. But it was something that I wanted to change. So I did what I had to do, and not only time I do play games is when I stream, and which is fun, but I made this like one of the most important things to me, and it's not, just my family is the most important thing to me, and I lost sight of that, and so now my vision is clear now. So because of me making them sacrifices, it was a hard sacrifice, but it was a sacrifice I was willing, and it was most necessary to take to make things better. So I can't complain, and it's only been up since then.
Yeah, bro. I'm grateful, man, because I can attest pretty directly, even on even to my account, that us, all of us, was just a game heads, bro. Like I think that's all we did. It's all we talked about. It's all just it just was a big part of us growing up. To not to even know healthy extent, like it was definitely some shit that we was like just doing nonstop. Um, it's dope to see that you come so far because I know where you started at. A lot of people just hearing you and you explained it well, but from what I just remember seeing it, so it's different for me going from where I knew we was or where you was specifically to now saying that, bro, I can get rid of all these and be cool. It's like, yo, that's wow, bro. That's dope though, man. It's really good to hear. I'm looking for the shit. So I put some shit in my phone because uh we was talking about what was we saying that we need to start doing at these damn podcasts. I think we was talk about the other one and some other shit. I can't remember what we said it was.
No, my mom's on the toilet.
Oh, I have no idea. I, I ain't gonna lie to you. I forgot.
Me
That
too,
was
bro.
last week. That was last week.
It's all good. It's all good. I'll figure it out. But so I appreciate you sharing everything you shared, man. I think a lot of people know my perspective, or I shouldn't say a lot of people know. I think a lot of people are um I've shared my perspective a lot in different ways and different times over the years. But not a lot of other people have done it so openly. So I appreciate you um just being real with motherfuckers, because I think that a lot of people don't hear that as honesty. Everyone's trying to seem dope and seem perfect in the public eye, but at the end of the day, that's what no fiction is. It's just real shit. You know what I'm saying? So I want people to really grasp the fact that this is like for real honest shit, and we're not cooking up no scenarios to try to sound dope or try to sound deep. This is all real shit. So I'm grateful for you sharing about it, because this is definitely something I think a lot of people can hopefully use and gain from when they hear it. So that's dope that you
Yeah, that's,
shared all that.
yeah, that's what it's all about. It's about taking whatever all the stuff that I've been doing is kind of be lessons for people.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, either way, people gonna go through what they go through, but for me, I didn't been around a little bit, and I've been in a relationship for a long time, so I got a lot of wisdom, do's and don'ts, just based on what I've been through, and the ups and downs. It's not just that, just life in general. So
Yeah.
that's the whole point, is just to kind of open myself up to a lot of people, because it's easy for me, like I said, to be kind of a hermit and just be like just be so in my to myself. And for me, fishing is kind of like a vent, like it's a way to vent stuff. That's what I like about it, is be able just to vent out and just give everybody the real stuff, because that's what it is. It's all real.
Yeah.
And yeah, it made some of the stuff may say like, man, he was a shitty person one night. Hey, it is what it is. I mean, I've known that I was a crappy person, and most important thing is that just to show people that, yeah, we all individual and we still go through our own stuff, but we all trying to get better. That's the most important thing, is just trying to get better every day,
Yeah.
and not put on no facades, because we on this platform to make it sound good. It's like, nah, we
Right.
give me
Right.
all the real stuff. Like this is real, and this is real life stuff. So
Yeah.
that's what I appreciate about doing all this stuff, being
Yeah.
open and honest.
Right, man.
It's no fiction,
Straight up.
man. It's no
No
fiction.
fiction. No fiction. No fiction all day. So I'm gonna let you get out of here, man. We've been on here for over an hour, so I'm gonna let you go back and do your thing. Where can the people find you online, bro?
On Twitter, I actually changed the Twitter instead of being King Mason 2189. It's actually King Mason 217.
Whoa, you made the change.
Yeah, I remember you said something
Wow.
about that, so I was like, let me go and make the switch up. So Twitter, at King Mason 217, and it's the same thing on Twitch. Twitch, uh, King Mason 217. That's what it is on
Heck,
both platforms, man.
that's
So
dope.
there's no confusion now, man.
Yeah, I
There's no
was a little
confusion.
lost. I think I seen another person post something. They post the wrong link. So it's like, oh, I gotta talk to them. But you fixed
Yeah, I
it.
remember. I see the
You see
link.
that?
I see. I was like, sheesh, man. Let me change up real quick,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. We was a little lost, but it's all good. We got it worked out. We got to work. That's dope. That's dope. Um, so yeah, what days you be streaming? What's your schedule? So they know when the show.
Oh yeah, I stream on Wednesdays and Fridays, and I'll be trying to sneak one in on Saturdays. I haven't made that one so concrete yet because I do a lot on Saturdays. I do the housework and stuff. So when I get, I usually try, like, I try to stream when I'm done with all that stuff. So, me streaming on Saturdays is not concrete, but it's something I always strive for. Eventually, I want to make it to where it's an actual stream day, but for sure, Wednesdays and Fridays, them lot. So I'm most definitely on Wednesdays and Fridays.
So yeah, make sure y'all give them a follow. I think we had right now as the recording at the time of recording of this, I think we had 21 followers. Yeah, that's dope, man. So definitely hit him up. You know all my shit. Look up Shernville, you know the deal. Look it all up, you see it. I'm on Tuesdays. Well, now I gotta try to remember. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays is when I'm on. Hit me up whenever. You can follow me. You ain't gotta watch if you want to, but if you can come through, hit me up, just say what's up and dip out. It's cool. I ain't got no problem with that. Just come through, show some love. I got another podcast. If you do not know, I was just trying to remember. I got a whole lot of shit I need to be saying now. I was trying to write down. Two things I need to do. I need y'all to do. If y'all can leave a review for this one, whatever platform you listen to, if it's Apple, if it's Spotify, if it's Google Podcast, whatever, leave a review. Let us know what you think. This podcast is also on social media. We got Instagrams and a Twitter, so add us on that. And I guess it's 3 things. So those are those things, and then also there's another podcast that I do under the production company called Thought Party. So look up that on anything you listen to, wherever you're listening to this on now, you're gonna see Thought Party on. Definitely check that out. That's some interactive podcast for y'all or the host. Y'all get to choose the responses, and we just opened it up for y'all to be able to give us things to discuss. So definitely, if you want to be a part of a podcast, you can be at any given moment. Just hit us up. That's on socials too. So yeah, that's all I got, man. Rajay, I appreciate the time, man. Thank you very much. I know it's kind of late, but man, thanks for doing what you're doing, man.
Well, yeah, appreciate it, man. I got time, man. I got time on the Sundays, man. You ain't gotta rush. It's all good.
That's what's up. All right, y'all. Well, I'll holler y'all later. Take care. Stay on drugs. Drink milk. Stay in school. Peace.
Oops.